Well, it's November the 1st today. It's now mid-morning, just after 10:30. And it's a lovely day, as you can see. I've been working this morning. I've just stopped for a quick break now. But most of people aren't working today. Being November the 1st, it's All Saints Day here in the Philippines. And is celebrated with being a public holiday. So it's not quite the normal Saturday, as the 1st has fallen on Saturday this time. So it's a quieter weekend than what would normally happen. A lot of people aren't working today that would normally work on a Saturday. I think retail outlets are all open. I don't think they're changing, but builders don't work today. So All Saints Day, what happens normally? Families tend to visit the graves of their departed family members, friends and family members. And so the day spent in the cemeteries visiting and in those locations. They might even picnic there, spend a few hours there picnicking around the graveside and spending time, with family together, doing that sort of thing. That tends to be what this day is all about, generally. Quite a warm day. I wouldn't say overly hot, but quite a still day, not a lot of breeze at the moment. So as the day goes on, we'll heat up quite a bit more, I think. Nothing planned for today. I mean, I'm working anyway. I'm doing, I'm back into the work this afternoon and then again this evening, being a Saturday. And tomorrow as well, being a Sunday, the same will apply. And it's been for most schools, it's been a school holiday this whole week we're in. So schools will go back on Monday as well. While I'm here, let me also give you a quick update on the build, how it's going. This last week, there's been quite a lot of working on realigning the roof, which needed some work doing. It was not aligned particularly the far side, which we only noticed really when we started putting up the additional roof we wanted to put on the end, which we've done. But what we found out is through getting into that there was some alignment issues out on the roof, the way it was meeting. So we've had to work that as well. So this back wall has now been completed here, which is for the back wall here. Partly is the pantry, and the other half is the washroom, which now needs to be just rendered here and rendered here. There will be a partition down the middle of this to correct 2 rooms. So this will also be rendered. And why we're not going all the way up to the top with brick, because this top section is just going to be a steel mesh cover, so it'll be air going into the washroom area, basically. Undercover, but with an open grid as such, and screen for the mozzies and things, keeping them out. Okay, so we've still got to put the wooden slats on here for this back door terrace. Okay, so this is one step down from the floor. Here's the floor. This is the floor in the house, and the floor will be one step down onto this terrace, back door terrace. Okay, so so the back door will be this area here, with a window, large window in this area here. This will be a banister, bamboo banister round. There'll be a, again, gate here and steps going down. Banister here, over here, all the way to here. And here we have the door for the washroom, and the door for the pantry. As you can see, all under cover. Coming inside here, as I mentioned already, the wall here goes up to this height, and then it's grid, steel grid, secure grid, and then also it'll be screened as well for mosquito insects. Okay, that's how that will be working. On this side, I can't remember now if we're having grid put in here or if we're going to have wall all the way up to the top. I think we're going to have grid as well. Yes, grid as well, for good air circulation in here as well. So in here there'll be a washing machine, there'll be a counter with a washing machine and some shelving for stacking clothes, for folding, etc. Okay. And in this side, down at the bottom will be a freezer with some shelving down the one side for shelving for small plastic container storage, etc. And on this side there will be some stackable containers for bulk, for rice, flour, sealed containers, that sort of thing, beer, this kind of stuff, bulk. This back door area will also be secure with a mesh, steel mesh. So it's not really entertaining. This is just a working terrace, if you like, want of a better word. So it'll have screening, and it will have a mesh, steel mesh, for security area as such. Okay. And as I said, it's one step down from the main house. Okay, and then steps here on the outside. But shady, you know, lots of we've sort of prevented taking a lot of these trees down, so it'll be it's a green area here, and then through there you can also have a view of the chickens enclosure, which is going to be useful. Okay, this area I'm standing on now is where we're building a guest house here. So again, surrounded with fruit trees on the one side. This is Vanjie's house on this side. We're going to render this for her as well, so that will look fine and finish. This is actually the type of mesh we're talking about that'll go over here on this, used in a common way to handle. And so the house will basically be a bathroom and bedroom area and terrace, small terrace for table and two chairs, small table and two chairs. So that's where that will fit into place, in that area. a lot of people who live here, they'll say, look, the Philippines is not paradise, whatever that is, paradise. But I do believe actually it depends on individuals' tastes and what they like and what they're looking for. I mean, as they say, one man's cake is another man's poison, isn't it? So, I mean, I think for me, this is getting as close to paradise as one could get in terms of getting a nice balanced life, relaxing, enjoying the things that are going on around you at a much slower pace, living comfortably, and generally enjoying life, around you. I mean, and things going on, being able to do things every day, new little challenges to deal with, but that's part of life. So for me, this is a paradise, but it's not everyone's paradise. You see, that's the way I describe it. Now, some of you would look at this and say, how sad, what a sad life Simon's got. Others may look at this and say, wow, what a great life Simon's got. I try to show it as it is. I'm not painting any glossy pictures here. I'm not showing anything other than, here we are, building a little house. Well, it's growing at the moment, the house, but it was little, started off little. And it's in the jungle, if you like, on our compound, in a little community, little market town community, you could say, in the province here of Nevesia. And we have everything around us we need, great food, good beer, not so good wine at the moment. I mean, the wine's all important. I was thinking about trying a few vines here and see how the grapes could be cultivated here, and you could have some grapes cultivating in the back if we get it right. In my South African days, we had some grapes in one of the properties we had growing, and we didn't make wine with them, of course. The wine, we leave that to the professionals, but with all the other fruits that do grow here quite well, grapes I know grow further north. As you go up towards Baguio, there are grapes growing in that region, in the cooler region. So I'm not sure about here. We're sort of in the tropical area of the Philippines, but on the tropical line, you could say. So it does get really hot here, and therefore not possibly ideal for anything like grapes, but maybe worth trying. Coffee also is a little bit, we've got coffee growing in the southern part of where we are, in Batangas area, still on Luzon Island, and there's a great coffee production area there. Coffee I haven't seen too much here, but again, coffee might be something that could be worth trying here as well. We get a field somewhere else and we do some coffee. The coffee growing in Southeast Asia is very good. It's enhanced and developed over time. Brazil is still #1 coffee producer in the world. But now #2 is Vietnam. Vietnam has taken #2 slot from other countries in South America and Europe and Africa. And Vietnam has now become #2 coffee producer in the world, and it's the same climate as the Philippines. And as we know, coffee grows here. I think it's just getting a market established that's right for the coffee, and it could work quite nicely here as well. But for me, would be more interested in growing my own coffee, and then basically producing it, picking the fruit, picking the green pods, and then obviously roasting it and grinding it. Well, I grind already. I buy beans now and local beans and grind them, but producing our own would be a great thing to try and do. another little hobby for the future, little project, let's say. Once we've got a lot of these other little chores out the way. Somebody else deciding it's a good time to rev up his motorcycle and make a lot of noise pollution. You can hear that, I'm sure you can. We're going to get a pathway sorted out down this side as well.